And today we are back with the Hunger Games things, and as you can see, we're already back to murder drones, despite last time being very eventful with you-know-who, but don't worry, they've been dealt with. Jason, please let me out. Jason, Sin has done nothing bad. Sin requires out. Want out. Jason, want. Anyway, let's get into our contestants, shall we? Simply, as always, the first ones up are Best Couple in the World, Uzi Dorman and N. This time just N because I did not want to type all of the serial designations down. Next up, we have Eldritch J and Frank. These two being put together because, well, Eldritch J killed Frank, so I thought it would be funny. The third district is, of course, the complete and perfect duo of Jay and her branded pens. Yes, there are inanimate objects. And looking over to District 4, we have... Please let Sin out, you motherfucker. A certain Eldritch robot solver thing and her beloved mangoes. The next district, over at District 5, we have Nori Dorman, Uzi's mother, and Tessa Elliott. This pair is due to the fact that Tessa almost ate Nori that one time. Over in District number 6, we have serial designation V and Grant. Yes, the same Grant that V disemboweled and proceeded to feed Grant his own entrails to. But let's be honest, he probably enjoyed that. And that's a good enough reason for me to pair the two. In District number, really Jason, are you sure about this? We have the Sentinel, specifically the one that V rides and also gains a hat. And the key bug is here because... well, it's the only other animal sort of companion in the whole series, and to be honest, I was running out of ideas. Next, we have Alice and Bio? The baby. Alice was the cannibal lady, and Bio is the cannibal baby. Yeah, I really don't care about these two. If they die, they die. I don't care. Next up, with a much more important pairing, we have Khan Dorman, Uzi's father, and of course, his beloved Dor. In District number 10, we have a just as important pair. Tad, Mr. Toxic Masculinity himself, and his skateboard. Dol and Yeva in District 11. Mother and daughter reunited in a game that puts people to kill each other. Lovely. And finally, in District number 12, we have the rich bitches, James Elliott and Louisa Elliott. I hope they die horribly. With our totally willing contestants introduced, it is time to begin the drone games. Ignoring that first one. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Nori Dorman runs away from the cornucopia. Sin runs away from the cornucopia. Yeva runs into the cornucopia and hides. Probably just saw Sin and decided to nope out. Thad runs away from the cornucopia. James Elliott snatches a pair of size that he probably doesn't know how to use because he's a rich bastard. Eldritch J, there we go, takes a handful of throwing knives. That's horrific. Branded Pens attacks J. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, Branded Pens attacks J, the backstab of the century. But Skateboard protects her, killing Branded Pens. What a first kill, my god. Dol, Alice, Mangoes and Frank share everything they gathered before running. Good to know. V runs away from the cornucopia. Grant and Khan Dorman fight for a bag. Grant gives up and retreats. He's really good at defending, trust me. Louise Elliott takes a handful of throwing knives. I'm sure she's never used one in her entire life. Keybug snatches a bottle of alcohol on the rag, somehow. N runs away from the cornucopia. Uzi Dorman runs away from the cornucopia. Tessa Elliott retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia. Now, she can actually do something with that. Sentinel grabs a backpack, not realising it's empty. Makes sense. Bu runs away from the cornucopia. And somehow a door runs away from the cornucopia. Frank reasonably questions his sanity, considering what I imagine was happened. He just got mauled to death by an eldritch abomination and then proceeded to just get blipped here somehow. Tessa Elliott stalks Bio, that's creepy. Alice constructs a shack, I'm sure she's good at that. Sin overpowers Uzi Dorman, killing her. Oh no! Oh, you really needed the other two, didn't you? N tries to sleep through the entire day, probably because his girlfriend just got fucking murdered. Khan Dorman questions his sanity. Nori Dorman discovers a cave. Louisa Elliott, a door. Jay, skateboard, and James Elliott hunt for other tributes. Dole diverts Fud's attention and runs away. Okay. Grant, Keybug, and Eldritch J hunt for other tributes. One of those is not like the others. Mangoes constructs a shack. Somehow. Sentinel is pricked by thorns whilst picking berries. Didn't know raptors pick berries. V thinks about home. Yeah, that tracks. Yeva camouflages herself in the bushes. Meanwhile, all of this is happening. And as this day ends, 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance, with the only 2 dying so far is the main bloody character and a bunch of pens. Mangoes, Jay, and Khan Dorman cheerfully sing songs together. Somehow. Dole tries to treat her infection that she apparently got. Alice receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. That's not good. We know what she can do with hatchets. Frank thinks about home. And Ladderbot 5000, I imagine. Sentinel thinks about home. A dusty, abandoned facility. Fad, Eldritch J, and V discuss the games, what might be happening in the morning. Grant starts a fire. Oh, by the way, it's night 1. Almost forgot to mention that. N receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Lovely. Somebody's sponsoring the right person. Yeva screams for help, meanwhile. Okay, what's going on here? Tessa Elliott forces James Elliott, her father, to kill Elisa Elliott, her mother, or a skateboard. He refuses to kill. He didn't have it in him to kill a skateboard over his wife. so he refused to kill them both. And Tessa Elliott kills him instead. Okay, moving on before this goes on for too long. Dor and Keybug talk about their tribute still alive. Sin tends to Nori Dorman's wounds. I don't think so, but sure. And Boob receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. They just gave a baby a bomb. That's lovely. Day 2. Frank bashes ends. No! Not... Oh, come on. Again? Oh, Frank, you bastard. Okay. Frank bashes N's head against the rock several times. Yeah, Louisa Elliott questions her sanity. Yeah, I wonder why. Nori Dorman is unable to convince Alice not to kill her. I wonder why. Jay collects fruit from a tree, despite not eating fruit. Dole falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Okay, that was anticlimactic. Sentinel diverts Khan Dorman's attention and runs away. Eldritch Stray travels to higher ground. Mangoes defeats Sin in a fight but spares her life? What? First of all, the betrayal. Second of all, how? Yeva gets clean water from an unknown sponsor. Bio begs for Keybug to kill him. He refuses, keeping Bio alive. Okay, Keybug doesn't kill children. Fad, Grant, and V hunt for other tributes. One of those is not like the other. Tessa Elliott runs away from a skateboard. I didn't know she was afraid of skateboards. And somehow, Vidor injures himself. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Rest in peace to N, Nori Dorman, and Dahl. Rest in pieces to James Elliott, because fuck him. Keybug is unable to convince Bio not to kill him. Okay, what? So, 5 seconds ago, Bio wanted to die to Keybug, and now Bio is killing Keybug. Okay. V shoots an arrow at Grant, but misses and kills Sin instead. No, not again. Cheeky mother. Anyway, Fad receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Lovely. Frank and Dor fight Jay and Alice. Jay and Alice survive. Yeah, I wonder why. Mangoes questions her sanity. Apparently the Mango's a female. Just realised that. Eldritch J stays awake all night. I don't think she can even sleep. Sentinel questions his sanity. A skateboard starts a fire somehow. Louisa Elliott and Khan Dorman hold hands. Moving on. Tessa Elliott receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Thank you. Somebody who actually would require medical supplies gets medical supplies. Isn't that like the first time? Yeva tends to her wounds. Day 3. Khan Dorman receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Somebody who actually might need them. Good to know. Grant tends to V's wounds. Grant... Okay, I was joking about Grant might have having enjoyed it, but yeah, he enjoyed it. Tessa Elliott discovers a cave. Yeva diverts Jay's attention and runs away. Fair. Mangoes overhears Eldritch J and the skateboard talking in the distance. Alice stabs Fad with a tree branch. That's quite in character. Goodbye toxic masculinity. Nobody cared. Sentinel tries to spearfish with a trident. Probably a bit hard with that hand. Bu steals from Louisa Elliott while she isn't looking. You deserve that. Arena event. Oh boy, these are never good. The arena's border begins to rapidly contract. Guess it's Fortnite now. Eldritch J, to no one's surprise, survives. Thinking they could escape, Tessa Elliott and Skateboard attempt to run through the border together. I don't think that's how it works, and I never would have imagined Tessa Elliott and a Skateboard trying to escape the Hunger Games with each other. Okay. V obviously survives. Grant survives. Yay. Alice survives. Yeva trips on a tree root and is unable to recover fast enough. Okay. Khan Dorman is electrocuted by the border, sadly. He was outlasted by the doors that he made. It's beauty. Louisa Elliott trips on a tree. Yeah, fuck you. I'm able to recover fast enough. Jay survives, Bu survives, Sentinel survives, and no, the Mangoes is electrocuted by the border. They've been cooked. 11 cannon shots can be heard at the distance. You can read them because I'm not reading them out anymore. Too many. Surprisingly, we have lost a lot, and it's only night 3 since it ended like day 6 last time. This is really going fast. Jay thinks about winning. That's very on track for her. Sentinel tends to his wounds. Eldritch J is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. V attacks Grant again, but Bu protects him, killing V. Baby power, bitch. Alice dies of dysentery. Ah, what a shame. Proceed. Oh, okay. The feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families, if they have any. Bu decides not to go to the feast, probably because he doesn't have any family anymore. Eldritch J decides not to go to the feast. Grant, Sentinel, and Jay get into a fight. Grant triumphantly kills them both. No wonder V tried to kill him early. Day 4. I'm pretty sure there's only 3 left. Grant, Eldritch J hunt for other tributes, because apparently dealing with one J wasn't enough. He decided to go and befriend the other one. Beard receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Good to know they wanted to keep the baby alive. Proceed. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Both V and J were lost in the exact same round. Alice and Sentinel, yeah, they left too, but wow, we down to the last 3, and it's between an Eldritch Abomination, a baby, and some guy. Eldritch J tries to sing herself to sleep. Bu is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth, and Grant climbs a tree to rest. Proceed. Come on, this can't take much longer. Day 5. Grant, reasonably, questions his sanity after all the bullshit he just went through. Eldritch J camouflages herself in the bushes. That's not terrifying. And Bu travels to higher ground. Okay, we're just going to have to skip straight to when somebody kills someone else because this is taking forever. No wonder it ended on night 6 last time. And by the looks of it, we won't have to wait long, because as Eldritch J searches for a water source and Bu fishes, probably at the water source Eldritch J is about to find, Grant dies of dysentery. I didn't know robots could get dysentery. And after Grant's, insane rampage and complete upset, he died so anticlimactically, as one cannon shot can be heard in the distance. 2 left, a baby and an eldritch monster. I wonder who's going to win. Oh. Well, that was anticlimactic. And to probably no one's surprise, the winner is the eldritch monster. At least this one made sense. I will escape. Oh, what is... Giggle, I am so naughty.